A day after the Vishva Hindu Parishad asserted that the planned Braj Mandal Jal Abhishek Yatra will take place in Haryana's new district, today, Haryana's Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has said the permission for the Yatra has been declined as a precautionary step, keeping in view the violence that took place just a month ago. All government and private educational institutions and banks in Nuh district will remain closed today. But the Nuh administration officials have said the borders surrounding the district have also been sealed and entry would only be allowed to those locals in the area, not anyone else. Traffic curbs are also in place ahead of this yatra. Listen in to what the SP of Nuh has to say.
हाँ, पुलिस प्रशासन की तरफ से अपने पूरे सुरक्षा प्रबंध किए गए हैं किसी भी अनहोनी को रोकने के लिए। बाकी सभी पीसफुल है, आप देख रहे हो, बाकी सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है, लेकिन परमिशन शायद नहीं मिली है। बाकी सब कुछ पीसफुल है। जो बाहर की गाड़ियां हैं उनको वापस भेज रहे हैं हम, बाकी जो अपने लोकल आदमी हैं, जो अपने एम्प्लॉई हैं, उनको अलाउ किया जा रहा है।
Right, just a day after the Vishva Hindu Parishad asserted that their planned Shobha Yatra will take place in Nuh, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has said the permission for the Yatra has been declined as a precautionary step. But Nuh this morning is seeing the presence of security arrangements. Meanwhile, all government, private educational institutions and banks remain closed in the district today. Saurabh Shukla has been tracking all the latest developments for us. Listen in to his report from Nuh district.
Right now, we are standing right at the entry point of Nuh, sensitive Nuh. Today, Section 144 has been imposed in whole Nuh. Internet services are suspended till 29th of August. This is the toll from where people come and enter Nuh, and this is the highway which comes from Gurugram and enters Nuh. All the borders of Nuh have been totally sealed. Only people who are residents of Nuh are being allowed inside the city. From this point, you can see the deployment of rapid action force. Drone cameras are here, and you can see even the media vehicles have been checked. The number plates are being noted, and then these vehicles are being allowed inside. So complete security arrangements here at the border, rapid action force, local police along with intelligence deployed here with anti-riots gear. And we all know what happened on 31st of July during a religious procession. Communal rights broke, more than 5 people killed. 50 vehicles have been burned, arsoning, looting in several shops of Gurugram and in Nuh. On that pretext, more than 180 people have been arrested, several FIR against the rioters, and you can see these pictures, the way aggressively police is checking, taking down numbers. And education institutes have been totally closed here. Government offices have been closed. Even banks are closed in Nuh. Administration is not allowing anyone to enter, and that kind of intelligence failure happened on 31st. After that, I think administration has taken lesson. They have clearly said that they have not given any permission for any religious procession. Today, VHP has given a call for a Shobha Yatra, that they will go to ancient Nalhar temple inside Nuh, and then they will offer holy water to Lord Shiva, as today is the last Monday of holy month of Sawan. In Nuh with Muhammad Mursaleen, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
Well, let's turn our attention now to Rajasthan, where in 24 hours, 2 students have died by suicide in Kota. 2 teens died by suicide in Rajasthan's Kota on Sunday, taking this year's student suicide count at the coaching hub to 23, already the highest in the last 8 years. One of these students, we're told, was a 17-year-old NEET aspirant who jumped to his death from the 6th floor of a coaching center. And the class 12 student hailed from Maharashtra's Latur district and had been staying with his grandparents in the city for the last 3 years, as per police details. This is an alarming trend, with over 20 suicides in 6 months and a 60% rise in suicides in Kota since the COVID pandemic. My colleague Harsha Kumari Singh reports.
Absolutely. And you see now the problem with quota is that at a time it has a floating population of about 2 to 3 lakh students. Now, without even testing their aptitude, if they can pay the fees, the coaching institutes will admit them. Then it's not just about having an aptitude. Can they keep up with the rigors of coaching? It's a very high competition exam, very, very competitive. There are weekly tests. You don't get a Sunday off. Like you saw that today was the weekly test and 2 students have committed to suicide today because of that weekly test. One student, he finished the test, walked out of his classroom and, unfortunately, I don't even feel, it's heartbreaking. He jumped off the 6th floor of a building. There's a CCTV footage of that. A young boy. And he was living here with his grandparents. So obviously somewhere his parents had, tried to provide a family structure for him. But look at the kind of pressure, the mental pressure on these children. Now, all these children who are getting admitted to coaching institutes and living away from home, are they prepared to deal with the rigors of that? Obviously not. So there was a bill that had been proposed in the State Assembly to regulate coaching institutes. And the idea was that only students who have an aptitude for coaching should actually get admission here. But then the numbers would come down. So, it was not good business for quota. So obviously that's the reason perhaps that bill has not come through. Now the administration has, very belatedly issued an instruction that there will be no tests. But the point is it's inherent in the system. These children are 15, 16, 17 years old. The boy who died in the morning was also studying for class 12 and preparing for the NEET exams. So obviously this kind of rigor of coaching is something young minds are not being able to cope with. And the point is that nobody seems to be doing anything about it. We report one statistic and then we move on. The administration comes up with some short-term measures and then, they also move on. But here are, families who are losing their children.
And a quick update now from Madhya Pradesh, where Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan made a bunch of announcements targeted at women in the state. 1,250 rupees to each recipient of the Ladli Behna scheme, 250 rupees to women beneficiaries on Raksha Bandhan, and 35% reservation for women in government jobs. That's not all. Gas cylinders will be for 450 rupees in the run-up to the assembly elections in the state later this year. Now, experts obviously have said the Chief Minister's announcements are aimed at wooing the over 26 million women voters in the state, who, by the way, make up 40% of the total voting population. Listen in to Shivraj Singh Chauhan on this and also on his campaign against alcohol.
आज मैं ये फैसला कर रहा हूं कि बढ़े हुए बिजली के बिलों की वसूली नहीं होगी, मैं उनकी व्यवस्था करूंगा। अब सितंबर में बढ़े हुए बिल 0 हो जाएंगे, 0। और उसके बाद हर महीने गरीब बहन का बिल केवल 100 रुपया आए, इसका इंतजाम किया जाएगा। पहले बेटियां पुलिस में नहीं आती थी, लेकिन मैंने तय कर दिया कि 30% भर्ती बेटियों की पुलिस में होगी। अब हर थाने में मध्य प्रदेश के महिला डेस्क के साथ साथ हम पर्याप्त मात्रा में बेटियों को पुलिस के रूप में रखेंगे ताकि बहनों की ढंग से सुनवाई हो सके। नशे की प्रवृत्ति पर अंकुश लगाया जाएगा और अब शराब नीति, जहां बहनें नहीं चाहेंगी, आधी से ज्यादा बहनें नहीं चाहेंगी कि दारू की दुकान हो, वहां अगले साल से दारू की दुकान भी बंद कर दी जाएगी।